This is a basic video on how to put together your knockdown kit. What you're going to want to do first is start with your car and take off your factory roll cage and take out your seats. And then you're going to want to take your roll cage and lay it out on the floor. So kind of the way it goes onto the vehicle. Now you're going to want to have a fire blanket, or you're going to want to have wet towels, wet t-shirts, something like that to cover your vehicle so you don't burn it. Anything kind of works, just kind of wet it down so you don't really ruin it. You're also going to want to have a clamp, some sort of clamp, or an extra set of hands to help you put it together. But you can do it by yourself. What you're going to start with is the B pillars. Basically, you're going to use your same mounting hardware that's on the stock vehicle. What you're going to do is start here in the front. All right, all the bolt holes line up with the factory bolts, factory holes in there. Just want to kind of tighten your stuff down here. When you put on your bolts for your B pillar, you're going to want to put them all hand tight, a little snug. You want to be able to, when you're all done, you want to tighten everything all up at the end. Next, you're going to want to put on your A pillars. And again, using the bolts, what they should do is pretty self-explanatory. Just kind of lines right up. That kind of rests back there. Again, just kind of snug them up a little bit so they're not super tight, so you can kind of make some adjustment. Okay, when you're putting the driver's side beauty bar on, to be able to mount to that mounting point, you got to pull off your factory air filter. So you're going to pull off this panel right here and get inside right underneath where your factory air filter is. Then you can mount that just like that. All right, now with this kit, you'll notice too that it still fits with your Pure Polaris boxes, and you can still have your trunk space because of where it mounts in the back. So it works perfect for that. All right. Okay, to do this next part, you're going to need your clamp and probably a little extra helping hand. This one right here, Boozy. 6 on it. Yep. And again, the numbers all match together and they're all marked, so you can line them right up. Kind of put your clamp right there. Now there's markings on the tubes, so line them right up. You just line right there with the marks right there. Like I said, again, they're all numbered and they're all drawn out, so it just lines right up where everything fits nice and level. Heck yeah. All right, now once you get these two in, you kind of want to measure. Just kind of make sure you're straight, your centers are the same. Now for the purpose of the video, I just put the clamps on here for now to hold it. I'm not going to tag it. All right, next, I want to grab your front bar. Now again, they're numbered. Fits in here real easy. Again, having a buddy to help you with these particular parts will be helpful. And they're all, as you can see, there's marks on all the tubes right where they need to line up. So you should be good. All right. And then you're going to want to take your rear seatbelt bar. Again, check your numbers because the numbers all line up right where they're supposed to go. Just like that. And you're going to want to tack that in place. It's a little bit loose, but you want to tack that right in place. Now you have your rear window bars. They're going to come in just like this. Again, numbers all match up. That one's going to line up just like so. And once you have that, you want to tack this seatbelt bar in before you put the rear window bars in, because that's going to be important for lining up correctly. So you'll see on that everything lines up right with that. And there's marks on the knockdown kit to make it a little easier for you to see exactly where everything goes. Then you have your roof bars. Do the same deal. Check your numbers. This one actually goes on the driver's side. This is going to line up just like this. Again, you're going to want to start. By this point, you're going to have stuff tacked together, so you're going to want to reach in here and tack it. And tack it right with the marks, right on the numbers. Otherwise, it won't just sit in there, it just fall right out. So you want to tack those in place. And after you get both sides of those, there's two, one for driver, one for passenger. You're going to want to put in the little front bars that go right in here. This one actually goes on the passenger side. It's got numbers on it to make it self-explanatory again. And it just lines up right there, right on the marks. Tack that in place. And do the other side. You got the driver and passenger side. You got one for each one. Do your roof mounts, and then what you want to do, of course, with your car covered, is make majority of the welds on the car, because the cage will move as you weld it. So you're going to want to weld pretty much all of the cage on the car. And once you get to a certain point where you just have the underside, you can take the cage out, turn it upside down, and make it a lot easier for you to weld it. And then after you're all done, put it back together and you're good.